a job to do. We show up to Houston, Texas, and get the belt wrapped around my waist.
Charles, qual que é o seu palpite para essa luta, cara? Como você acha que essa luta pode terminar?
De verdade? Que você quer que eu fale de verdade? Acho que esse cara vai cair sentado no primeiro round.
À l'UFC 262, deux des meilleurs combattants de 155 livres se battront pour le titre vacant des poids légers de l'UFC.
Charles Oliveira has the most submissions in UFC history. Everything is correct technique, whether it's standing or on the ground, and he's streaking right now.
Iron Mike Chandler. The guy is a tremendous striker. He has fantastic wrestling. Not only does he feel he belongs, he feels as though he is a future champion in the UFC.
Michael Chandler a passé 10 ans hors de l'UFC à démolir ses adversaires. Et il lui a fallu moins d'un round pour montrer qu'il pouvait aussi le faire dans l'octogone.
I'm a vessel of violence.
Oh! Big knockdown for Michael Chandler! Dan's hurt bad!
It's over! Oh my goodness!
Michael Chandler!
Wow!
Bonafide UFC lightweight contender!
It's the arrival. I came in the league, went straight for the title.
I just inflict harm on my opponent and get my hand raised.
Surprise, surprise! There's a new king in the lightweight division!
Mais Charles Oliveira met fin à des combats sur l'ultime terrain d'essai depuis des années.
Look at me, look at me.
Oliveira's got the choke!
Still in the show, that's the crook in me.
That kid is the real deal!
Sou o maior finalizador da história, hein?
Oh! Big right from Oliveira! Charles Tuprox Oliveira doesn't wrap him up, he knocks him out!
Cheguei pra ficar.
Anywhere this fight goes, he is a serious threat.
Oh, and Hardcourt out! Wow! Power from Charles Oliveira! Another knockout! This guy continues to get it done! The kid's insane, he's here to get the belt.
Pode vir, filho, mas vem você vem sem entender nada, porque não está pronto. É isso.
Avant la finale fort attendue, une carte bien garnie lancera la soirée alors que le finisseur électrisant Edson Barbosa.
Edson Barbosa does it again! Another highlight for the real!
Se mesure au puissant bagarreur Shane Burgos.
Burgos is relentless. Oh my goodness! Shane Burgos is a problem!
L'ancien champion par intérim Tony Ferguson.
He's a brilliant madman, one of the most creative guys to ever step into the octagon.
Affronte le finisseur du top 10 DARIUSH en demi-finale.
Closes down and out!
DARIUSH does it again!
Oh my goodness!
Voyez leur parcours vers un rendez-vous avec le destin à Houston. Voici le décompte vers l'UFC 262. À 155 livres, aucun champion n'a autant dominé que Khabib Nurmagomedov, qui est resté invaincu.
Khabib is 28-0, captured the vacant lightweight title, and then defended it twice successfully. He's ready to come back, first time in over a year, taking on a surging interim champion in Justin Gaethje, and the lightweight championship unification bout will take place October 24th, UFC 254.
Sa dernière présence dans l'octogone est marquée par l'arrivée d'un autre champion des poids légers, hors de l'UFC, Michael Chandler, nouvellement sous contrat.
We just signed Michael Chandler. He will be there for that fight. He will be training. He will be cutting weight, and he will weigh in case anything happens to Khabib or Justin. So he is now part of the UFC family.
Taking the opportunity to be the backup for the world title fight at UFC 254 was a decision that I made that a lot of people questioned, but to me it was a no-brainer. Went out to Abu Dhabi, got to meet and rub elbows with and have conversations with my new coworkers.
Every mixed martial artist thinks about fighting in the UFC, whether you're a guy like me who fought outside the UFC for 10 years or you're a guy who just started fighting.
It was an awesome opportunity just for me to be there and weigh in and introduce myself, not just as a UFC fighter, but as the guy who said yes to something that a lot of people wouldn't have said yes to.
first fighter to the scale, the man around whom this card was built, the undisputed UFC lightweight champion, Khabib Nurmagomedov. 155, the official weight for Khabib Nurmagomedov. All right, next fighter to the scale, he will serve as a backup for the main event and potentially makes his UFC debut here tomorrow night. Please welcome Michael Chandler. 155, the official weight for Michael Chandler. All right, next fighter to the scale, he is the UFC's interim lightweight champion who chases undisputed greatness here tomorrow night, Justin Gaethje.
If he hits 155, we have got a main event and we have got a fight of the year contender. Get ready.
155
yes,
championship
sir.
weight for Justin Gaethje.
We've got ourselves there you go. Khabib Nurmagomedov and Justin Gaethje for that lightweight title is good to go.
And listen, Michael Chandler was a great narrative to play off.
He's been offered fights. Other guys might not want to take him. He said yes to every single thing that the UFC has said to him so far, and that's what you've got to be in this game. And he's doing it the right way, I think, at the moment.
Absolutely.
Well, for many years, Michael Chandler has been considered one of the very best lightweights outside the UFC. Well, now he's here, and even though he will not be making his promotional debut in a backup capacity here tonight, he is ready to take his shots now against the UFC's finest.
I've always taken pride in doing things that people weren't willing to do.
Look at the pressure that Khabib is putting on Gaethje right now. That pace and pressure of Khabib is what separates him from most guys. Justin's gonna have to be able to stay with this.
When I get a phone call, I don't question it. I say yes, and I move forward.
Oh, triangle choke by Nurmagomedov.
He's out, he's out.
Khabib Nurmagomedov rises again!
I want to say it was my last fight.
Wow. And the guy who says yes most of the time is the guy who usually gets the opportunity.
So we were here in October, UFC 254, Khabib Nurmagomedov submits Justin Gaethje and then retires. And now we're live inside the new plush Etihad Arena here in Abu Dhabi for UFC 257. The wait for one of the biggest cards of the new year ends here.
Iron Mike Chandler finally makes his UFC debut. Michael Chandler finds himself in a situation where he controls his destiny. He can put himself in position for a championship fight. But he's got to get past one of the best lightweights in the world. This may be the most difficult fight for a debut you could get in the UFC in a tough Dan Hooker.
Iron Michael Chandler taking on Dan Hooker.
I knew that within the first 12 months of being signed with the UFC, I was going to say yes to every opportunity that was thrown my way.
The Missouri All-American is full of confidence.
I will never pull out of a fight. I will never miss weight, and I will always come to entertain. And when that cage door closes and that bell rings, I'm coming forward and I'm going to get in your face, and you have no other option but to retreat.
Not only does he feel he belongs, he feels as though he is a future champion in the UFC.
Oh! Big knockdown for Michael Chandler! Big right hand, Dan's hurt bad! Oh, Hooker covering up!
Oh my goodness!
Michael Chandler! Maximizing the debut and sticks the landing! Michael Chandler! Bonafide UFC lightweight contender!
Surprise, surprise! There's a new king in the lightweight division!
That's why you paid the big bucks for Michael Chandler! You want to talk about making a UFC debut? Michael Chandler just did it as good as you can.
Michael Chandler will, in fact, fight for a UFC lightweight championship on May 15th. He will be fighting Charles Oliveira.
It's been such a long road. A lot of ups, a couple downs, but every road has led me to this. Just a small guy from a small town who got beat down a couple times, pulled himself up by his bootstraps, dusted himself off, and here we are, baby. Let's go get that title shot.
When that phone rings and it says Dana White or Hunter Campbell, I'm going to say yes.
This guy's got it all. The guy is a tremendous striker. He has fantastic wrestling. He is physically as strong as anyone the UFC has seen in this weight class.
When that phone rings and it's Michael Chandler versus Charles Oliveira in Houston, Texas, UFC 262 for the lightweight strap, the answer was unequivocally yes. Now we're going to get UFC gold.
You got to strap that rocket ship to his back because he is going to go to a level that he never thought possible.
Somos um lutador. Então ele também diz sim, nós, tá certo? Você vai falar não? O seu patrão tá chamando você pra trabalhar, você vai falar não? Você tem que aceitar a luta.
6.
Então assim, ele tem uma vitória dentro do UFC contra um cara que só correu.
20 alternado. 3.
Tô vindo de 8 vitórias seguidas. Eu vou lá, nocauteio, finalizo.
9, 20. Desceu, vamos pro climber. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 burp. 1, 2.
Nasci pra lutar.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Charles du Bronx Oliveira
10, levantou.
n'a jamais reculé devant un combat.
Oliveira looking for that Darce again. He's got it!
Son parcours de 10 ans dans l'UFC
And now he's on the back.
comprend l'élite des poids plumes et légers.
Being able to go tit for tat with someone like Frankie Edgar, a true legend and Hall of Famer in this sport, does a lot for a man's confidence.
Max Holloway, Charles Oliveira, sharing the octagon here in Saskatoon.
Chaque adversaire contribue à la longue liste de succès d'Oliveira.
Oh yeah, it's over.
The man with the most submissions in UFC history in any division adds to that total here tonight.
Dans l'UFC,
Oh, Gordon's out. Power from Charles Oliveira.
nul n'a autant de fins de combat,
Another knockout. This guy continues to get it done.
de soumission
You allow that man to wrap his arms around your neck. It's only a matter of time before he puts you out.
ou de primes pour la performance de la soirée qu'Oliveira.
Oliveira has not wasted time on his 6-fight win streak. He has ended all of them inside the distance. He is a bonus machine. 5 performance of the night bonuses in his last 6 fights. 6 in his last 8 for Charles Oliveira.
This man's the total package and a serious threat to anybody in this division.
Kevin Lee inside the top 10. Charles Oliveira wants to get there.
Oh, gonna watch that neck. This
Kevin
is
Lee
bad.
caught down.
This is bad.
Here.
He's gonna.
Oliveira forces
there it
the
is.
tap. Charles Oliveira, another submission. He extends the record. The biggest win of his career comes tonight.
Charles Oliveira has now won 7 straight fights. He's finished all of them. None bigger than this. And he will find himself in the top 10 of the lightweight division. What a performance. He wanted an unforgettable week, and he certainly got one.
You came into this ranked number 13, so who do you want to fight next? You got to be thinking about a title fight sometime soon.
Eu sou o próximo, não tem como eles me negar isso. Cara, eu sou o melhor do mundo, Deus sabe disso. Minha humildade sempre é a mesma. É o meu momento, é a minha hora. Tá chegando, tá próximo.
À l'UFC 262 à Houston, au Texas, le Brésilien aux nombreux records se bat enfin pour un titre mondial de l'UFC.
Essa luta é nossa pelo título, então isso coroa, né? Tudo que a gente vem batalhando, se dedicando, fazendo acontecer. Estou tão consciente dessa oportunidade, de tudo que vem me dado. Eu só sonho isso. E a gente vai trazer esse cinturão pro Brasil.
La tête d'affiche de l'UFC 262, Charles du Bronx Oliveira, n'hésite pas à affronter tous les nouveaux.
Cruza frontal.
Ce qui lui vient de l'entraîneur-chef Diego Lima
Cruza cotovelo.
et de la célèbre Shootbox Academy au Brésil.
A nossa ideia da nossa família é não parar nunca. Ele é um cara que sempre se mantém treinado, então é o que a gente sempre fala, né? Ele tá pronto 365 dias por ano.
Cotovelo com a mesma.
E a gente pedindo o Ferguson.
Direto.
Quando nos ofereceram o Ferguson, nós nem podíamos falar não, porque a gente pediu, aí de repente oferece, a gente tinha que pegar.
I mean, this dude wins 8 fights in a row and beats Tony Ferguson, and then you're looking to see who should fight for a title.
And this fight came together just 3 weeks ago.
He is in his prime. He's just one of the best fighters to watch for. Pure technique. His cardio's off the charts.
Oliveira obtient le combat pour le titre contre Michael Chandler, en acceptant un affrontement à court préavis contre l'ancien champion par intérim Tony Ferguson.
And that's one of the things that makes this fight so exciting. He is facing a guy in Tony Ferguson that's one of the top contenders.
Qu'il gagne avec panache.
Look at that beautiful low kick. He is on another level right now.
I mean, literally just picked him up.
Look at Oliveira just beating Tony Ferguson up.
Oh, armbar. That's a deep.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, that was a dominant round there by Oliveira.
Os caras me deram um cara que falava que era um bicho-papão e eu falava que não era tudo isso.
If there's a guy that can really stay in a fight, it's Tony Ferguson. But man, he is behind this young man right now.
It's the way he's doing it, though, that's so insane. It's not just beating him, it's completely dominating him.
Oh, man.
No one does this on the ground with Tony Ferguson.
Falei, me assista, eu vou chocar o mundo. E a gente vai lá e faz isso. Eu mandei um recado pra divisão.
This is incredible. To do that to Tony Ferguson,
and now he takes him down again.
How good is this guy? Wow. Tony managed to sneak out the back door and get on top and immediately slammed back into position.
Falei pra eles que eu não tava brincando.
We're seeing the fully realized potential of one of the most exciting guys in this division. Just full domination by Oliveira.
And he's still just entering his prime.
Amazing.
Por isso eu vim pra cá fazer história. Eu falei, eu vou chocar o mundo. Ah, o cinturão é meu, 2021 eu tô chegando. É nóis, pode vir, filho, mas vem você vem sem entender nada, porque nós tá pronto. É isso.
La ville de Nashville accueille un des 5 meilleurs poids légers, Michael Chandler, qui pourrait obtenir un titre mondial de l'UFC.
That's a good stick.
Mais pour lui, rien ne compte plus que la famille pour laquelle il se bat.
My wife, she always had it on her heart to adopt.
Remember, this is really slippery, but look, watch what we do here.
Went through the process, tons of paperwork, tons of background checks.
Here you go. Throw that bad dog. You wanna throw it together?
Got a phone call that said, congratulations.
2, 3.
There is a little boy who fits your preferences perfectly.
What was your favorite thing about school today?
The swing.
The swings? You played on the swings on the playground? That's exciting.
I saw a picture of him and I just started welling up with tears and I said, babe, that's my son.
What is it? Where are you taking me?
Our son Hap, he's almost 4 years old and he's just the greatest little human being on earth.
Oh no, a dinosaur's coming.
A dinosaur's coming.
He knows that UFC lightweight title's coming back home with us and I just can't wait to bring it back to him.
Good throw, dude. Good job.
La capitale du Tennessee est mieux connue pour ses nombreux talents musicaux que pour l'entraînement de combattants de haut niveau. Mais le déménagement de Chandler dans cet état lui a permis de révéler un marché inexploité pour les arts martiaux mixtes.
About 3 years ago, my wife and I moved to Nashville and just had a vision on my heart to start my own gym. We did mixed martial arts and group fitness. About a year or two later, got approached by the biggest MMA gym in town, Nashville MMA, and merged together. Now we are the premier mixed martial arts gym in Nashville. It's great to have my own 10,000 square foot training facility, 5,000 square foot of mats, and staying in shape so I can become the UFC lightweight champion.
Le combat pour le titre de l'UFC de Chandler contre Charles Oliveira à l'UFC 262 arrive au bon moment. Car la place de Chandler dans les livres d'histoire ne peut s'écrire que dans l'octogone.
The last couple of years before this was starting to get a little bit mundane. I wasn't fighting against the highest level competition. I think about the 40-year-old Michael who is retired, who has to live the rest of his life wondering, what if I went to the UFC? Wondering, what if I got the opportunity to compete at the biggest level under the brightest lights on the biggest stage? Now, every single day, every single decision that I make, every single fight is another brush stroke on this masterpiece that I'm painting that my son Hap will see someday.
Coming over to the UFC, I had one goal. I said I wasn't here for a long time. I was here for a good time.
My goal is to win that world title. UFC 262, I'm gonna go out there and stake my claim as the best lightweight on the planet.
Au cœur de Nashville, le membre du top 5 des poids légers de l'UFC, Michael Chandler, profite d'un dernier matin à la maison avec sa femme Brie et leur fils adoptif Hap, avant le début du camp d'entraînement.
We got the call while we were in San Diego, and we had to make it back pretty quickly because he had to jump into training camp the next day, but timing worked out well with our vacation, essentially. He's been traveling for camps for a long time now, and it's easier for me to adjust as an adult, but it's hard with a kid because you try to explain it to him, he just doesn't understand.
My career has taken a trajectory straight to the top now. Here we are, fighting for the UFC world title.
Are you ready for your waffle?
Waffle baby. Luckily, I have a beautiful, supportive wife who lets me continue to carry out that dream and trying to become the best fighter I possibly can be.
Twist and tap, twist and tap,
Red light. Today, we are hopping in my car and driving down to Florida, but first, getting my son ready.
Red light.
Say bye to my wife.
Green light.
Then I got a 13-hour trip down to Florida to get this training camp officially started. Say, Mommy, check out my hair.
We're gonna play the cards for 5 more minutes. Okay, 5 more minutes. He's been going to Florida now for 5 years, maybe. I've definitely gotten used to it. It's harder now with a child. So it has its challenges.
My wife knows, and my son will know without a shadow of a doubt. Sometimes we have to make the requisite sacrifices that are painful, that are emotional, that are tough.
Christopher?
In order to really get the most out of this life.
Just touched down in Jacksonville, Florida. Gonna get a little sweat in. Hit a sauna after sitting in the car for almost 9 hours.
Made a promise to my wife to take care of her and all that is to come. And I made a promise to my son that I would love and cherish and take care of him. But then I also have God's plan and God's calling on my life that has pushed me in this direction to win the UFC lightweight title. 13-hour trip in 2 days. Home sweet home.
Plusieurs combattants en quête de l'or de l'UFC font le pèlerinage vers la Floride du Sud. Car les super camps qu'on y trouve sont des terreaux fertiles pour l'élite. Et la confiance de Chandler vient de son deuxième foyer.
Sanford Mixed Martial Arts. Down here in South Florida with the coaching staff that we have, the facility that we have, the training partners that we have.
His favorite part about the gym, all the monsters.
That's why I make the decision every single time, and that's why I will continue to make that decision for the rest of my career.
L'investissement dans Sanford MMA porte ses fruits pour Chandler, qui affrontera Charles Oliveira.
Anywhere this fight goes, he is a serious threat.
Pour le titre vacant des poids légers à l'UFC 262.
Charles Oliveira is a consummate competitor. He's on an 8-fight win streak.
Nice. Yeah, put that on the chest.
But he's going to realize right away that he's locked into an octagon with a different animal.
Nice.
Continuons vers le sud au-delà de l'équateur, jusqu'à la métropole brésilienne de Sao Paulo. C'est là que se trouve l'adversaire de Chandler à l'UFC 262, Charles Oliveira.
Depois cruza, esquiva, cruza direto.
Qui se prépare avec son équipe de longue date, maintenant devenue une famille.
Trocou!
Deus, eu tenho muita gratidão a Deus, né, por ele me colocar onde que eu tô hoje, por eu ter essa equipe maravilhosa, né, Chutebox de Lima junto com a Macaco, né, todos os professores, todo mundo que me abraça, né, e me leva até lá para poder estar lutando.
Sempre fecha a guarda também. Isso.
Chutebox ela é especial porque ela não é um time, né? Não é uma equipe, é uma família, né? Ele é meio um cara diferenciado, a molecada, o espírito aqui é diferente, sabe? Aqui, quando você chega pra treinar, que você treina aqui, você começa a entender a real o que é chutebox, o espírito que você leva pra dentro da luta é completamente diferente.
Sempre que der, bate um reto embaixo, cruza em cima. Excelente, Charles.
Mesmo time, a mesma família, todo mundo, né, em prol daquilo que é o meu sonho.
Boa! Bom cruzado, Charles.
Cara, minha carreira começou em 2010, né, no UFC. Quando eu entrei, eu lembro que eu falei que eu era um menino no meio dos leões, né? Hoje eu me sinto um leão no meio dos leões.
1, 2, 3, chega!
Oliveira et l'équipe de shootbox sont toujours proches. Et continuent l'entraînement, même les week-ends.
Que foi, cara?
Lorsqu'ils se rendent loin dans la jungle brésilienne, pour se détendre à la ferme familiale des Oliveira.
Eu acho que para um lutador se tornar um campeão, ele tem que estar feliz. O lutador tá contente com o treinamento, contente com a equipe, contente com as pessoas que o rodeiam. A gente vem pra cá toda sexta-feira e a gente dorme, acorda no sábado, já toma o café da manhã e já vamos aí pro nosso primeiro treino.
Então ele uniu as duas coisas. Ele veio pra cá, ficou com os animais, com a família e trouxe o time dele pra treinar o fim de semana aqui.
Que ele montou a academia aqui, um tatame.
Chute bom! Mais um aqui.
Aí depois a gente costuma ir pro rio, dar um mergulho. Que a água é bem gelada mesmo, né? Como se fosse um recovery mesmo. Então, pra nós, assim, é gostoso demais poder sair um pouco daquela loucura de São Paulo.
Tapé da natureza me faz bem, sabe? Tipo,
This guy really is on a mission to get a top 10 ranked opponent and hopefully be champion one day.
Rosito, bom, só na manhã a máquina. Me dá paz.
He's so technical, so skillful.
Prepara ele pra você montar nele hoje.
He just keeps getting better.
Quero tapé da natureza, andando de cavalo. Cara, eu acho que tem um pouquinho, sabe por quê? A semelhança. Porque quando você entra dentro do octógono, você não quer perder.
This man's a serious threat to anybody in this division.
Mas pode perguntar pra qualquer um cara que quando vai correr.
Pô, quem que tira ele pra brincar? Tá vendo como é que ele é? Saúde que tem?
É diferenciado esse cavalinho aqui. Sabe, tipo, às vezes você tá só trabalhando ele ali normal ali, ele sabe que é só trabalho. Mas quando você começa a tratar de verdade que você vai correr...
He doesn't do anything wrong. Fights on. Everything he does with perfect position.
Ele sabe que ele vai entrar na pista. Tem a adrenalina do jockey que tá ali em cima, o suador, o nervosismo, então é parecido.
Look at this.
Não tá consciente, cabeça no lugar. É isso.
L'UFC 262 arrive à grands pas.
Mas vocês viram, eu tô chegando, o cinturão é meu, 2021 eu tô chegando.
Et Oliveira sent que la gloire d'un titre de l'UFC est à portée de main. Mais il doit d'abord battre Michael Chandler pour s'emparer du titre vacant.
If Michael Chandler can make the statement that he intends to make, he is going to go to a level that he never thought possible.
You got the veteran in Charles Oliveira, who has a phenomenal resume. You got the new guy, the outsider, the dark horse, the underdog coming in.
Nice.
Who not just showed up to the party, but kicked down the door to the party of the lightweight division.
That's why you paid the big bucks for Michael Chandler.
Surprise! Surprise! This is the greatest moment in my professional life.
Com certeza esse cinturão vai vir no Brasil. Isso aí já tá escrito, já tá certo. Esse é o tempo certo, esse é o momento certo. Eu tô pronto pra ser campeão. Eu venho falando isso, as pessoas não estão acreditando.
I'm gonna get in his face right away, drown him, and put his lights out right there in front of 20,000 screaming fans in Houston, Texas.
Michael Chandler is a savage wrestler with knockout power in both hands, and he keeps a pace that is hard to match.
Pode vir, filho, mas vem você vem sem entender nada, porque nós tá pronto. É isso.
To fight.
Can't believe we're here already. This fight came together just 3 weeks ago. Charles Oliveira's on the cusp of UFC lightweight glory. He has reeled off 7 straight to earn his crack at a man who has come to define winning in this loaded division, the skillful, the inimitable Tony Ferguson.
La tête d'affiche de l'UFC 262, Charles Oliveira, a obtenu son combat pour le titre vacant des poids légers.
Look at this. Slammed him. You never see that.
En battant l'ancien champion par intérim, Tony Ferguson.
Look what's happening here. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
He might have broken his arm.
Dans un combat organisé à quelques semaines de préavis.
I practiced jiu-jitsu for 5 hours. 5 hours preparing for Charles Oliveira.
This will not be the first time we acknowledge the physical and mental toughness of Tony Ferguson, but
one of the toughest humans that's ever
has
lived.
gotten all he can handle tonight from Charles.
I did the exact same thing that I did at the beginning of the year last year, 2020.
The UFC's back, and people are excited for a live sporting event, and of course, the UFC is the one to kick down the door and try to bring some normalcy to the world, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
Oh.
When there was 0 things going on in the MMA world or any sports world, Dana's hitting me up, being like, "Are you in, kid?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, I'm in. What's up? Where we going, man?"
Oh, what a night. What a night. Tony Ferguson and Justin Gaethje nearly went the distance.
2020, I gained so much experience and success out of that by putting myself out there. 1, I demonstrated that I'm reliable, and 2, that I'm clutch. But I always found when I'm out there trying to be too aggressive, nothing flows really well. When I go out there and I know that I put in the work, I have fun. And that's gonna make me a much better athlete. These guys in this lightweight division have no idea what's coming for them.
Comme le veut l'adage, la valeur ne repose que sur la dernière performance.
You are looking at arguably the most watchable, most exciting mixed martial arts fighter in the world today.
Mais dans le cas de Tony Ferguson, personne n'est prêt d'oublier l'incroyable parcours d'El Cucuy.
Tony's punches are starting to take an effect on Donald.
Oh, elbow. Beautiful spinning elbow.
These boys are going at it.
Tony El Cucuy.
Avant 2 sorties à court préavis en 2020, Ferguson a eu un titre par intérim des poids légers.
Oh, stepped in with an elbow. Oh, he hurt Kevin Lee. Oh, he's got the triangle.
Tony Ferguson is the UFC interim lightweight champion of the world.
Une série de 12 victoires.
Look at Dos Anjos wearing it, man.
Tony just never stops.
10 primes de combat.
One of Ferguson's favorite chokes here.
There's the tap. Tony Ferguson!
He's got his neck. This is it.
He's so free-flowing that it's unbelievable to watch him compete.
So hard to know what's coming.
This is the thing about Ferguson. He's not going anywhere. He's going to stay in your face. He's going to keep engaging you in just that ugly fight
Tony Ferguson is just a problem, man.
En plus d'un trophée du tournoi de l'ultime combattant.
Tony Ferguson is the ultimate fighter. Wow!
I'm an OG to the game, and I'm here to stay. I'm paving the path for new guys to get paid today, and I'm one of the pioneers for combat jiu-jitsu. So what can you say? Besides, 2021, we're coming after your punk ass.
My man!
Le retour de Ferguson a lieu dans un combat à l'UFC 262 contre un autre excellent poids léger. La soirée à la carte ajoutera un autre chapitre captivant à la saga de Beneil Dariush.
I live in California, but before that, I was in Iran. I grew up there, I was born there, I lived on a farm, and it was a culture shock when I came to America. It was very different. My mom was never big on me fighting or grappling or any of that. She was hoping I would go to school, be an accountant. So when I started fighting, nobody noticed except for the Syrian community. As the community started to back me up, my mom and family started to say, well, I mean, if the community's got his back, how, you know, how can we not?
Talk about a fighter riding some momentum. He is the Iranian-born, now out of California, Beneil Dariush.
Dariush fait du combat sa carrière et il y excelle.
He really has a well-rounded game. I mean, he has outstanding striking, elite black belt on the ground.
Chez les poids légers de l'UFC, Dariush compte 14 victoires.
Like a boa constrictor as he now powers through.
He puts you in a fight. He gets right in your face and starts letting him go.
And another one with an exclamation point. Back for another appearance in the octagon is Beneil Dariush. He was scheduled to fight Charles Oliveira. That would have been a huge opportunity. Instead, he'll remain the professional that he is and try to get a big win over Diego Ferreira. No easy task.
Diego Ferreira is nasty. He has been on a tear. His 6-fight win streak really brings a lot of confidence into this matchup.
Ferreira!
Dariush was emphatic in his message. He says, I am clearly the better fighter. Trade some big strikes early.
Dariush with the crazy pressure.
The thing that stands out is just his toughness, man. His ability to make you fight his fight. Oh, nice
steps
knee.
in with the knee.
Oh, that hurt him bad.
Well, Ferreira sinks down now.
Pressure, pressure, pressure. And now here he is in this top position where he wants to be.
You know, I gotta say something. This is really bothering me.
I mean, just relentless in his approach.
We fought everybody. We never say no to anybody.
Dariush was not going to be denied.
I should have got a top 5 guy.
À son dernier combat, Dariush prolonge sa série de victoires à 6. Et l'Assiro-Américain est prêt à récolter.
In a very tough lightweight division. They're killers all up in the top 10. You have some big fights lying ahead of you, my man.
En affrontant l'ancien champion par intérim des poids légers, Tony Ferguson, à l'UFC 262, Dariush a enfin la chance de se joindre à l'élite des 155 livres.
Tony, he's either number 1 or number 2 as the best lightweights of all time. And for everything he brings to me, I have to bring back 2 or 3.
Ferguson buckled but regained composure, and now he lands a big right.
Because he's so wild, if you hit him with one, he'll be like, that's okay, I'll trade you 1 for 1.
He just keeps coming.
I have to make sure I put some hurt on him so he doesn't want to trade. And that's how the fight has to be. I have to just make sure he's got nothing for me.
And now, live from the Etihad Arena here in Abu Dhabi, it is time for the main event for UFC 257, Poirier versus McGregor 2. What a way to begin our pay-per-view slate for 2021. And with that backdrop of drones, we are thrilled to welcome you.
Lors de la première soirée à la carte de l'UFC en 2021, Les amateurs ont pu revenir assister au meilleur événement sportif en direct. Puis en avril, la salle était comble pour la première fois en plus d'1 an.
It is the night of all nights for the combat sports leader. The fans have packed this place to the nines.
This is a stacked card in front of 15,000 UFC fans. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back.
I think these fighters are going to get hyped up. It's been a long time since they've felt that crowd, and I think it's really going to push them to have their best performances tonight.
À l'UFC 262 à Houston, l'organisation remplira un autre aréna au maximum de sa capacité, alors que des favoris de la foule monteront sur scène, comme Groovy Lando Vanada.
Spin. He got a wheel kick KO by Lando. It's all over. Out of nowhere.
La vedette montante Edmund Shabazian.
He's ready to really take on the big boys of the division.
Oh! Head kick knockout! Edmund Shabazian!
Le cogneur virtuose Edson Barbosa.
Edson Barbosa does it again!
Le puissant cogneur Shane Burgos.
Hurricane Shane Burgos is a problem!
Ainsi que le poids léger du top 10 de l'UFC, Beneil Dariush, qui se prépare au combat de sa vie à l'UFC 262. Mais le combat très médiatisé contre Tony Ferguson paraît anodin à côté du nouveau-né de Dariush qui naîtra peu après.
I'm so excited to meet my daughter. I've been talking to her and singing, and I can feel her when she kicks, so I'm excited to meet her. The fight happens, and then my baby comes. So people keep asking me, what are you more excited for, the fight or the baby? I'm like, man, I've had lots of fights. I've never held my own baby, so.
Well, I'm excited for your fight, so.
Yeah, well, I'm not giving birth, so that's probably why I'm more excited for the baby. People say, oh, you're not gonna sleep much, you're not gonna do this much, blah, 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 blah. I have so much responsibility, but it is so motivating. And the joy of it is so powerful. I can't wait to fight.
Yeah, there might be an audience, so that's cool.
For the fight or the birth?
The fight.
Avant que Dariush ne prolonge sa lignée, il continue de travailler avec sa famille de combat à Kings MMA. Dirigé comme d'habitude par le maître Rafael Cordero.
Nobody can do what you guys did.
I have a really good relationship with Master Rafael Cordero.
Little bless at the end of the day make a lot of difference.
We can speak honestly with each other without having to worry about hurting each other's feelings.
Today was more calm.
Benny is the kind of guy, he works hard every single day. He knows how to fight. He fought against the best guys in the world. He's still fighting against the best guys in the world. He's still developing his game. But we know in the end of the day, the kid one day is going to be a UFC champion.
Got it. I prefer criticism and critique because I can work with that. And then on top of that, I have some of the most deadly guys in the room.
All good there. Body shots if you're blind. Body shots if you're blind. Hold yourself.
I believe Ben has more skills. Ben is a more complete fighter than Tony Ferguson.
25%.
We respect Tony, but our goal is fight for the belt one day. Ben is gonna do everything that he can to fight for the belt.
Just like that. Here's the brotherhood. Here's the real brotherhood. Great job, guys. Good job.
À 1 heure de voiture au nord de Kings MMA, se trouve le célèbre gym Wildcard Boxing de Hollywood, qui est fréquenté par des gens comme Manny Pacquiao, l'ancien champion de l'UFC Georges Saint-Pierre et Tony Ferguson. El Cocoy continue de mettre l'accent sur la boxe, qui a joué un rôle tôt pour l'attirer vers le combat.
When I first started mixed martial arts, I didn't have a pair of boxing gloves. I went over to the Lost and Found boxing gloves spot. You know, the guy always said, he was like, hey, you can use those ones. The next day I showed up, the gloves weren't there. He said, here, kid. Gives me a pair of brand new 16-ounce gloves. And it was the coolest thing that anybody ever did for me. And that was what changed the game. MMA and boxing is a completely different sport. But when I go in there and I show up, I'm an athlete. And I'm able to train with both at the highest levels.
Ferguson occupe les plus hauts niveaux des arts martiaux mixtes depuis des années. Et il accueille un autre membre du top 10 des poids légers à l'UFC 262.
I'm 37 years old trying to keep up with these youngsters, and I keep slicing the dice my way, so keep bringing them forward, UFC. I'm trying to keep this sport moving in the most creative and ingenuitive ways. And right now, DARIUSH, UFC 262. I'll see you soon.
Tony can out-crazy a lot of people.
Accuse the guy that you call to kill the boogeyman.
Tony Ferguson is not a regular human. He's a brilliant madman.
And so a lot of my game plan might be just out-crazying Tony.
And that's what Dariush does, man. He tests you. He gets right in your face and starts letting them go.
Shakar close to trying to close the show.
Vanille hurt him.
It's gonna be my dream or his dream. This is where it's decided.
And another one with an exclamation point.
I feel confident. I feel good. Can't wait.
He's so different and so unusual. And Tony Ferguson is a patient wolf.
Vivement l'UFC 262. Avec une demi-finale qui promet de l'action ininterrompue du début à la fin. Puis, les poids légers Charles Oliveira et Michael Chandler s'affronteront pour le titre vacant.
And here we are, baby. Let's go get that title shot soon.
The mixed martial arts leader is back with a championship main event that projects to be an all-time classic.
Le leader des arts martiaux mixtes est de retour à Houston pour l'UFC 262.